Today we're practicing our full fascial lines. All the lines from anatomy train stretched out in a couple positions. So we're going to do front line, back line, side line, rotation line, deep arm line, and balance line. Let's get into it. This should only take about 20 minutes. Come into standing first. Let the bottoms of your feet open up like they have eyeballs on them. Keep that. And imagine that there's a suction cup on top of your head that's just constantly pulling you up towards the ceiling. Keep that in your practice. Arms into cactus. Lift up the roof of your mouth and find a back bend. Really stretching the tops of your feet down into the floor to allow the suction cup to keep pulling you. Inhale into the back of who you are. Exhale into the front of who you are. Press down through your feet. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms by your side. Hinge your hips and come down to a forward fold. Come down to your knees. Have your shins parallel. Press down through your left shin to bring your right leg forward. Press down through the shin to come back. Rather than your leg coming out to the side to go forward, the leg is just coming forward and back. So let's do that a couple of times each side, just so you know what it feels like to walk on your knees. Also bringing it forward so that your hip socket knows full function. Staying here with your right leg forward. Exhale your arms up, press down through your shin and foot. Inhale your arms down to make space for your rib cage to go back. Exhale, press down to lift. Inhale, make space behind your rib cage to go down. Exhale, press down through your shin, foot to lift up. One more time. Inhale down. Exhale up. Switching sides. Press down through your foot and shin to lift. Exhale. Inhale, your arms come down to make space behind you. Exhale, press down to lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down, come to center. Press down to the back shin to come back. Press down through your left shin to go forward. Hands come back to neutral. Bend your right elbow to open and rotate. Exhale, come back. Press down through the foot and shin to rotate so that you have ground support. And you're not just rotating from your rib cage, you're rotating from the floor, from your pelvis, from your rib cage, and your head. One more time. Back to neutral. Switch sides. Press down through your feet to bend your left elbow and rotate. Press down through your feet to come back. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, come back. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come back. Arms down. Press down to the shin to come back. Switch legs. Arms forward again. Take your left hand to the outside of your right shin, right thigh. Press down through the left hand to then inhale and rotate. Exhale, release your left hand so your right hand slingshots. Inhale, press down through your left hand. Exhale, slingshot your right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look, 4 more. Back to center. Arms down. Lean back to switch legs. Arms forward. Right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Exhale, press down through your right hand to twist. And release. Let's switch that. Inhale, press down through the hand to rotate. Exhale, release. Inhale to rotate. Release your right hand so that you can slingshot that whole other arm. Our fascial system loves a recoil and a steady stretch. So we're practicing steadiness with recoil. Back to center, legs back to neutral. Arms out to the side. Let your butt go back, tilt it back, take an inhale. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, let the booty go back. Exhale, press in through your shins to go forward. This is just stretching your front line from your legs to your pelvis. Lean back from your pelvis. Press down through your shins. Then press down through your left shin to walk it forward. Hands come down to the floor. Toe heel your right foot out to the side. Press down through your right foot and then come back down. Press down through the foot, your butt should lift and come back down. Rather than your leg going forward and back, you're just pushing your foot into the floor. Foot into the floor. Foot into the floor. The next time you exhale, press down through your front foot to rotate. Exhale to open. Inhale, dive under to expand the back of your rib cage and go out to the outside of your left shin. Exhale, press through your front foot to open your chest. Inhale, release the foot to go under. Exhale, press through the foot to open. Inhale, under. Exhale, press through the foot and open. One more time. Come back to center. Toe heel your foot back in. Press through your foot to come back up into neutral. Lean back to switch sides. Lean forward. Come back down to the floor. Toe heel your left foot out to the side. Press down a couple of times with your left foot into the floor. You're lubricating your SI joint. From side to side, just by pushing your foot into the floor, it tells your hip socket how to work. Next time you press your foot into the floor, exhale, lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, dive under towards the outside of your right shin. Exhale, press into the floor to rotate your chest. Inhale, dive under. Exhale to press and open. Two more. Back to center, toe heel your foot into center. Press through the foot to undulate your spine back up to center. Come back down. Get rid of your blanket to the side. Bridge pose. This is all about your shins rather than your butt. Press down through your feet to let your shins go forward. You should feel your spine lengthening. Then squeeze your butt to lift up. Reach your shins forward so that you can decompress your low back, or reach your knees forward. Rather than up towards the ceiling and squeezing, you're decompressing your low back. So this is a different type of thought process. Instead of squeezing, you're lengthening. Instead of squeezing, you're lengthening. Inhale, roof of your mouth. Exhale into your bottom teeth. Keep reaching your shins, your knees forward to come out of this and decompress. Turn to your side, come into downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, come into plank first, and then push back with your hands and walk your feet in if you need to. Imagine that your hands are coming towards your feet. Your feet are going towards your hands, so that your butt can go higher up towards the ceiling. Keep imagining that. You have 4 more breaths. Inhale into the front of who you are. Exhale into the back of who you are, while still pulling your hands and feet towards each other. Drawing the hands and feet towards each other to really have a really squeeze together, but an isometric squeeze. Last big breath in. Bend your shins forward, child's pose. Knees together, arms by your side, stretching your back fascia. 3 breaths into your low back. Exhale out the top of your head, almost as if it's a whale's head, whale's spout coming out. To come out of this, press through your shins to allow your tail to go under to undulate your spine up into seated. A little bit of core work. Have something underneath your butt if you need it. Boat pose. Hands right underneath your knees. Lean back into your sits bones and come up. Flex your toes. Let your shoulder blades wrap down. Your head is long. 4 breaths. Take an inhale into the sides of your ribs. Exhale into your pelvis. Inhale into the back of your skull, back of your ribs. Exhale into your pelvis. Let your knees come together if they're coming apart. Inhale into your collarbones. Exhale into your elbows. Head is light. Last breath in. Cross your ankles over. Come to tabletop position. Side bodies. Turn your left foot out to the side to a 45-degree angle. Tuck your toes under and then straighten your right leg to the side. Right arm up. Bend your right knee to the side to start coming up into side angle. Arms out to a capital T. Leg extended. Tick-tock up and over that straight leg. Press down through your shin in the ground to really lift up the whole side body. And exhale, lift your bottom arm. Inhale, your arm comes down to make space. Exhale, lift the arm. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Last one, inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Come back up, switch sides. Arms out to a capital T, leg out straight. Tick-tock up and over. Let your top ear reach up towards the ceiling for more length. Press down through your bottom shin, and exhale, lift your top arm, bottom arm rather. Exhale to lift to strengthen your diaphragm. The inhale gives you some squishiness. The exhale strengthens your diaphragm. Last one, exhale to lift, both arms back to the ceiling. Bow out to the other side. Bend your knee this time, arms out to a T. Then take your right hand on your right knee. And as you bend your front knee, your left arm is going to go across. As you straighten the leg, the arm comes back. Bend the shin, the knee, it goes across, and it straightens. Do this a couple of times, going in and out, finding the hip socket range of motion. Exhaling, going forward towards the knee bend. And the inhale is your arm going back. Get used to that for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Press down to the foot. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, up and over. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee to come out of it and sweep your left arm across. Straighten the leg, arm comes up, bend the knee, and it comes out. Here's that swing, that recoil that fascia loves. So first we were going slow. Now we're continuing the recoil. Last one. And bend the knee to come out. Last swing, press to the foot. Go towards the other side. Foot is bent first, arms out to a capital T. Left hand on your knee to begin. On an exhale, your right arm goes across as your left knee bends. Press into the foot to come back. Exhale to go forward. Inhale to go back. Get used to pressing with your foot to go back into neutral so that you have ground support. Last 2. Last one. On an inhale, your right arm goes up towards the ceiling and goes up and over that left leg. Exhale, bend the shin, bend the knee, and it brings you out. Press into the foot to go up and over. Bend into the shin, the knee to come out. Letting your legs do all of this, letting your upper body follow. It's out of our normal habit in our yoga practice. This is why it's fascial yoga rather than just yoga. Come back to neutral. Tabletop position. Just to equalize our front and our sides and our back, lean back into your shins. And then press into your shins, your tailbone will go under. You'll feel an activation through your core to then come into a cat pose and round you forward into your hands. Once that happens, lift your tail, your head will lift too. Then lean back into your shins and the process begins over again. Press into your shins to undulate your spine from a different space. Then lift your tail, lift your head. Pull your weight back towards your shins again one more time. Press through your shins to undulate forward, round your spine. Lift your tail, lift your head, and come back. Come into a seat, grab a sip of water. If you have it, seated twist. Have a blanket right underneath your sits bones. Left leg extended, right foot on the ground. So from here, let's lean forward. Take your left arm up towards the ceiling and your right arm behind you. Press down through both feet and then twist. Pause. Inhale into the space in front of you. Exhale into the space behind you. Letting the back of your head turn towards your foot so that the back of your head is directing space too. Keep pressing down through the foot that's on the ground so that your low back can twist for 4 more breaths. Inhale into the space now behind you. You're a little further in the twist. Exhale into the space in front of you. When you get further in the twist, you can breathe differently. To come out of this, turn your head first, then your nipple line, then your waistline. Switch sides. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Twist. Left arm behind you. Take an inhale. Press down through both feet. And then exhale, start to twist. Keep pressing through the feet so that you know that your low back is involved. Inhale into the space in front of you. Exhale to the space behind you. Let the back of your head turn towards your toes to rotate even further in your upper quadrants. Inhale now into the space behind you. Exhale into the space in front of you. 2 more breaths. So come out, please turn your head first, the back of your head, then your nipple line, then your belly button, then your waistline. Pigeon pose with a lift. Come into tabletop position first. Press then into plank. Take a breath in. Step your right foot forward into pigeon. Back knee is there with the cushion. Stay upright the entire time, pressing down through your front shin. You're here for 5 breaths. Notice if you want your arms to the side, or up, or forward, or behind you. All are applicable to where your fascial lines push with this shin. Each of us are going to be in a little different place because of our injuries. I notice that I want to go forward with this while still pressing. 3, 2, you got it. 1, press down through your hands to lift up and switch knees. The object here is to keep you lifted and keep the fascial lines active. Pressing down through the shin to lift. Do your arms then want to go behind you, in front of you, or to the sides? There's going to be a place that it's easier for you to experience pressing down through the shin, pressing down through the back knee, to activate the lower half to free up your upper half. 3, 2, hands to the floor, push back in a downward facing dog. Take a second to breathe. Hands and feet are going towards each other. Without looking forward, please walk your feet forward towards your hands. Move your blanket out of the way. And grab a strap for your arms. Undo the strap and fold it in half. Grab the side that has the buckle so you don't have to hear it or walk on it. Take your arms to the side. Right thumb facing down. Left thumb facing down. No, I was right. Right thumb facing down. Grab the strap behind you and either walk your hands in towards the strap or you can walk away, whichever one feels more comfortable. And ask yourself, your top elbow, does it like to go a little left or a little right? Go where it likes to go. Your bottom elbow, does it like to go a little left or a little right? Go where it likes to go. Then come into standing, walk around the room so that you get a little bit of a bounce in your arms, spring work, while doing this. Pull in your rib cage. It's a very easy tendency to stick out the ribs. Notice what it feels like to pull in the ribs and still experience this. 3 more breaths. Walking around in random patterns to open up different places of the body that have fascia in it, as well that are attached to your arms. Please release by releasing the bottom hand first, then the top hand. Shake it out. Place your hand in the strap, the other hand in the strap, turn it around, and switch it out. Once you're there, pull in your rib cage. Ask yourself, does your top elbow want to go a little left, a little right? Then does the bottom arm want to go a little left, a little right? Go where it likes to go, and walk around the room. If your head is jolting down, can it be a little bit more horizontal to the floor? Can your rib cage be pulled in? Last 3 breaths. Pause. Release your bottom hand first, then your top hand. You can set your strap aside. Dancer's pose, stretching in 2 opposite directions. Notice what leg you want to stand on first. And then grab the opposite foot from the inside. So your thumb and big toe are touching. Opposite arm out in front of you like it's on a table. And press down through the table with that hand. Now kick back into your hand behind you and kick, kick, kick. The more you kick, the more you feel. Less toppling over, more kicking into your hand and more pushing down with the hand that's in front of you. Inhale into the space behind you. Exhale into the space in front of you. 1 more breath. Inhale behind you. Exhale in front of you. Kick into your hand to start recoiling back to get a different stretch on your chest. Switch legs. Hand comes to the inside of your the inside of your foot. Other arm in front of you, press down onto a counter. Kick into your hand behind you to come into dancer's pose. Kick, kick, kick. Inhale behind you. Exhale in front of you. Inhale in front. Exhale in back. Last breath. Kick into your backhand to start feeling your pecs open. And release. Tree pose. Little fun here. Start to lean over. Take your knee out to the side. Take your foot to the inside of your thigh or your calf. Just stay away from your knee. Hands in reverse namaste or namaste or up over your head, wherever you like. Reverse namaste looks like such. If you're going to do that, just make sure your rib cage doesn't jolt forward. You're still allowing it to come down. Really press down through your foot while keeping the eye of your foot open. 3, 2. Let your hands slide down your back. Let your foot slide down and then switch. Do the same thing you did on the other side so it's a little even in your fascial planes. Really breathing into the floor and around you. Let your hands slide down, let your foot slide down. Last big piece, dolphin pose. Arms out at number 11. Press down through your forearms. Do that a couple of times so you know what it's like to push with your forearms. Tuck your toes under. Lift. Let your head dangle in between your elbows. Press down through your elbows even more to lift your behind up. Take an inhale in to the space in front of you. Exhale behind you. Inhale in front. Exhale behind. Last 3 breaths. Press down to lift up. Let your head dangle to decompress. 3, 2, bend your shins. Come into a seat. Take 3 breaths just to finish your practice and have some respect for what you just went through with yourself. Thank you so much for practicing fascial yoga with a Rolfer. Have a wonderful day.